We had a email from Jeanette sent to fred@planttalkradio.com, and Jeanette says, between having poor soil and facing north, we've had no success growing plants in front of our house. Any suggestions for hardy plants that will grow here? We live in southeast Ohio, not far from Marietta. The only ones that have survived and grown well are the box elders, and I don't care for the smell.
Well, that's normal. Box elder is of the maple family. Box elder is a good tree out in nature. It's tough as nails, will survive almost anything, but is not for a refined area. The smell, because of my olfactory system, I've never bothered with. But at the same time, it does bring in box elder bugs and etc. Now, as to that area, I'm let's say a bit surprised that somebody hasn't helped them or her with the situation. In southeastern Ohio, it becomes more of a, well, I'll call it a mining soil where there's been coal and etc. There's usually some acidic situations. That puts us into the consideration then. I've seen some fantastic big rhododendron down there. I have a plant, luckily, in the central Ohio area called Pieris, P-I-E-R-I-S. It has another name that I've never used, whatever it might be. It also, now, when she says in front of the house, I'm assuming we're talking a foundation planting, which then would allow for rhododendron, azaleas, both evergreen types and deciduous types, the Pieris plant, and then the Taxus family group, whatever. Round ones, flattish ones, uprights, columnar, uprights, pyramidal. Those things all should work for her. Now, I'm wondering then, with Southeast Ohio, and I know have been in that area frequently in the past, many plants just grow exceptionally well. So I'm wondering if she doesn't have a soil problem of some kind, or maybe a water problem that is just below the surface where it doesn't drain on out, because there are a great number of plants that can handle the shade. As I mentioned, the Taxus. Taxus is kind of a universal sun or shade plant. It can grow quite nicely in heavy shade. The only thing it can't handle is wet feet. Now, a horticultural term that is not written up in the books. But
sure.
Wet feet is just simply too poor drainage. So starting with those azaleas, rhododendrons, Pieris, there are some other plants in that group that I know they don't quite grow wild there, but there should be easily a front planting, especially when you mix in the Taxus and a few of the other things. I have a plant called sedge that is a striped leaf. I put it along the bottom of a fence for the neighbor more than me. It stands 15 or so inches tall. It is now spread out to be 2.5 feet wide, and it's a clump type plant that is going to give color year round because it stays almost totally evergreen. Now, the old leaves do turn brown and die off in the spring, but there are just any number of things that Jeanette should be able to use.